Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about 8-cent HEX. Now what? If you enjoy this kind of quantitative and technical hybrid analysis on the HEX charts, leave a thumbs up, be subscribed by the end of the video if you aren't already. Now let's go ahead and chat a little bit about what comes after 8-penny HEX. So it seems like just yesterday that we dropped a video labeled 7-penny HEX, because we did. And I had missed making these videos, honestly. I think it was about 4 weeks since we'd made the 6-penny HEX now what video. And I like to make these videos when we have decisive closes above said levels. And so even though we reached 8 pennies on the 7-penny HEX video, we didn't have a full close above it until, well, hopefully today, right? Like we have a few hours left until this close. But from what I'm looking at, this looks incredibly bullish so far. And there are a few things I want to point out here, because when you look at the daily chart and you see this nice wick here, sometimes it's hard to appreciate what that wick means. And it's easier to appreciate once you're actually in the moment seeing what's happening. So I remember checking the price at some point yesterday, and we had like a full ass red candle going from, what was it, like 8 pennies down to the 6.97 penny level. And I was like, oh, okay, a nice little correction, retesting our previous all-time highs, no big deal. And you go ahead and check a few minutes later, or like an hour later, and it had gotten buttoned up super quickly. Like, I'm gonna zoom into the hourly chart here just so you can see what I'm talking about. It's even a wick on the hourly, which just goes to show how little it lasted. So right here, I guess you can get a way better appreciation of what was going on. So we had a wick to the upside, chilling around 8 cents. In a matter of 15 minutes, we dumped from the high 7s down to the high 6s, or low 7s, if you want to call it that. So we dumped a whole penny in a matter of like 15 minutes. And then in a matter of, about an hour, gotten back to 7.7. And then in a matter of about another hour, we'd gotten right back up to the 8-penny region. So we had effectively we had a V-shaped recovery right here, very nicely. And it manifests as a long ass wick to the downside when you zoom out on the daily. And so that's what we have, right? And if you can appreciate it more, if you take off your logarithmic scale and just look at your linear scale, then we had a clean breakout from this nice consolidation that we've been talking about for the past month. If you've been watching this channel, then this move here was expected, right? We expected a move. We noted our volatility was low. Looking at our volatility index, we noted the fact that we had a very bullish formation, one of the most textbook bull flag / ascending triangles that we've had on the HEX chart, one of the most textbook. And once again, we have our target of approximately 11 to 12 cents, and we're well on our way, right? Our target ends kind of late June, but it looks like we're overshooting and moving at a faster rate than what I personally expected. And RSI just barely coming up above the 76 level or so, and we've done this in the past, had a local top around, what was this, 81, and we're about 76 right now. And then we had kind of a top around 3 pennies and then doubled from there after that. So if we see something similar, maybe we have a nice little local top at 10 pennies and then shoot up to 20 cents or something to mimic a move like this potentially. Coincides with the fractal, or excuse me, with the technical target we've been looking at. And so a few things I want to bring up in this video. Okay, so I'm not one to do chain analysis really on this channel. Like, you could make a whole video on that, and there are some great chain analysts out there, some actual blockchain analysts like Silver, The Antidote, one of the OGs making HEX videos. Love his work. He shouted out the quarterly ROI video the other day, which was great, so shout out to Silver. But let's just do a little bit on this channel here, and I want to show you this wallet specifically. Now, some of you guys call this wallet the C5 wallet, or the 0xAF wallet, whatever you want to call him. But this guy's sitting pretty, right? I'm pretty sure he's a Genesis whale in Ether, okay, in Ethereum. And so if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that his wallet has just about 93,760 Ether, which totals to approximately $223.8 million, just nonchalantly sitting in one wallet, one address. Look at his favorite token. He has 114 million HEX, a large portion of that which was accumulated in recent times. If you look back not too long, you can see that this man is making big orders. 50 Ether, 50 Ether into Uniswap, 50 Ether, 50 Ether. Keep in mind, these are $125,000 purchases just strung together, back to back. 16 days ago, 15 days ago. Takes a week off from going shopping for crypto, and then starts spending 50 Ether again 3 times this day, twice this day, a bunch of times on this day, like 5 times. This man is spending millions and millions of dollars on something, right? And then you see recently, a day and 2 hours ago, 100 Ether buys. So his buys started doubling from 50 Ether to 100 Ether. Mind you, these are $250,000 buys. If we look at his ERC20's transactions, you see what he's been accumulating. Look at what he's been accumulating. 32 million HEX, 1 million, 1 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million. Boom, just keep going. When his buy started doubling, 3.4 million, 3 million, 2.8 million. It's funny, the size of his buys started doubling from 50 to 100 Ether, and he's quickly approaching that he's just buying 2 million HEX at a time because the price is pumping. So we're sitting at 8.5 cents right now currently. What comes next? We're literally, like a 50% move away? Wait, hold on. I can't do math. Let's see how far away we are from 9 cents currently. Just approximately wait, are you serious? A 5% move? No way. Yeah, we're just a 5.76% move away from 9 cents. Super close. So 9 penny HEX now what video? Expect that very, very soon. We have our updated heat maps, updated regression rainbow, HEX versus BTC, HEX versus ETH chart. Won't touch too much on these just because you can go to lookintohex.com and check them out for yourself. And we've covered these extensively, exhaustively on this channel. But I did want to point out the fact that on our regression rainbow, on our Fibonacci space model, like I was saying the other day, we bounced nicely off our orange level, and we're quickly approaching yellow, which we've reached plenty of times in the past. Met some resistance there a couple times, sure, but nonetheless, many times we've touched it, we've broken through it and gone to higher levels. For example, this time, blasted through yellow, reached green. This time, consolidated around it, reached pink. This time, blasted through it to almost blue. Resistance around it this time, resistance around it over here as well. And so even if we found resistance at yellow this time, it would correspond to approximately 10 penny HEX, which is obviously a psychological level. It might not hold as much significance as people think. For example, the 1 penny level, even though you could argue that was a psychologically significant level, just clean parity with 1 penny, price didn't really care at the end of the day, and the real level to watch was around the 1.5 pennies. So again, 10 cents, sure, it's meaningful. I think getting into the 10 to 15 cent, that range specifically, is a big deal in terms of, okay, we need to start looking at the charts with a closer eye and start pointing out maybe we see some resistance start popping up. Not trying to be bearish, but I think when we reach 10 to 15 cents, it's a good idea to start taking a step back and wondering, okay, looking at the data and asking yourself, are we going to double our technical target? Has the RSI cooled off enough to where we can? Are we going to stall out around 10 pennies? Are we going to follow our fractal, which we've been covering for the longest time here on the regression rainbow, where we actually have a nice bubble up to something like this? So we repeat something where we go to 40, 50 cents. So it's hard to tell now specifically, but I think in about, a few weeks, we'll have a better answer to where we're actually headed, whether it's, again, 10, 20, 50 cents. These numbers, I know they used to sound kind of insane, but they start sounding more real now. They start sounding more real now as you approach. And so you get into this, well, people didn't believe we could reach a penny, we reached it. People didn't believe we could reach 10 cents. Well, we're only approximately 18% move, which that's nothing in crypto, man. Like an 18% move can happen in a minute. And so once you get to those levels, then your dollar mark is only 10x away, right? And that used to seem like an impossibility back in the day, but it's approaching and becoming more realistic every single day, specifically with such a beautiful technical chart like this, where we're printing new all-time highs with great momentum, showing strength against the rest of the market. I remember pulling up Nomics yesterday, and HEX was the only single coin in the green in like the top 60, other than obviously stable coins. Today, obviously, you have your less than 1% pump over here and there, but for the most part, HEX was the only coin in the green in the top 60, which was wild to me. Huge strength in what would be considered a bear market for the rest of crypto. And I can't believe I didn't mention this in this video yet, the fact that we flipped XRP, we flipped Doge, we flipped ADA. If you subscribe to the Nomics market cap, right, which counts all 571 billion coins. If you subscribe to the other market cap calculations out there, which only count 171 billion coins, you're still looking at approximately a 13 or $14 billion market cap, which still puts us, around here at top 11 or so. If you look at, say, TradingView, or I think even Etherscan, ERC20 top tokens, HEX is in the top 4 here on Etherscan. Once again, they only count $14 billion market cap. They only count the 171 billion coins as circulating, which you could get into whole video on that. I've talked about this as well. Like, do you count liquid as circulating? Like, are you actually counting circulating supply or liquid supply? It makes a difference, because you could argue Satoshi's coins aren't circulating, but they're liquid, yet they're still counted in circulating. So it's a little fudged, but hey, we'll take it for now. You could even argue that this gives more room for growth for price itself if you count a lower market cap, because then you're able to go much higher without kind of messing with people's heads of flipping these major coins. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is price action, your ROI, right? Like people have said, you can't place your bids on market cap, you place it on price. So at the end of the day, that's what really matters. And these market cap numbers are just one way of keeping track, just one way of maintaining the scoreboard. So yeah, our good old whale friend is making massive buys. The last buy was just 2 hours ago, so going on a tear with his crypto shopping spree. Got a nice 114 million HEX, chilling. A lot of ether if he wants to keep buying. Mad chilling. Top 5 crypto. To make it to top 4, we'd have to pump another approximately 10%. So 9.5 pennies or so would put us at top 4 here on Nomics.com, above BNB. And then after that, it would only be another 15% or so to be top 3, which is wild, right? Like, there's a whole video where we're talking about what would it look like for HEX to reach top 5 again, and we covered it, and the videos are there. I'll leave a little card link thing here so you can check it out and know that we've been talking about this, that we're not just hopping on here saying, letting you know when prices are pumping, but rather we've been here for almost 3 months now. I've been making videos and letting you guys know every step of the way what I think is going to happen, whether I think we're going to go sideways, up, down, whatever. I've always been honest with you. And so if you enjoy this kind of quantitative technical hybrid analysis on the HEX charts, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Be subscribed by now. It's the end of the video. If you aren't already, turn on the bell, because we drop videos every single day. And with that said, again, I appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next video. Peace.